It's time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure. So let's step outside and hit the trail.
Welcome back to another episode of the Up North Journal, everybody. I'm host Mike Adams, sitting in the cabin tonight with Dan DeFaw. Before we get started, we want to help you save some money.
That's right, folks. Don't forget to use our promo codes to save that money. And let's start off with buckbaits.com. That's right, the brick and mortar store of Buck Baits down at Sterling Heights, Michigan at 15 and Dodge Park. Go over there. If you're on the website, buckbaits.com, use the promo code UNJ20. That will get you 20% off your order.
For those of you who are looking for Easy Cut products, make sure you go to easycutproducts.com. And when you're there, use the UNJ promo code UNJ15 off to save 15% off your order.
And let's not forget Lincoln Roan over at packermax.com. It's never too early, never too late to think about the Packer Max. Go on over to packermax.com, use the promo code UNJ25. That'll get you $25 off your order over at Packer Max Outdoor.
For those of you looking for some new firearms and firearm products, make sure you go over to theislandarmory.com. While you're there shopping, use the promo code UNJ10 to save 10% off your order there.
If you shot that bird of a lifetime and you want it mounted, don't forget Troublesome Creek Taxidermy. We've had them live on the show. We've talked to them. You want to get 10% off your order, go to Facebook, go to troublesome.creek.7, find their website. If you go to our website, UNJ, make sure to click on the button to download the form. You get 10% off over there using the code UNJ10.
Looking for that game call, whether it be a squirrel, whether it be goose, duck, deer, make sure you go to JPO Game Calls. Look for them at jpogamecalls.com, and while you're there shopping, use the UNJ10 promo code to save 10% off your order.
And Miller Deer Tracking, the man that seems to never sleep during deer season. Get 20% off your next deer tracking using the promo code UNJ20. Look for Miller Deer Tracking on Facebook or give him a call over at 810-240-4891.
Looking for the hottest new plastics to take on the water, whether it be hard water or soft water? Make sure you go over to southernindianabaitco.com. While there, use the UNJ promo code UNJ10 to save 10% off your order.
Deer Camp Coffee, folks. We drink it every night on the show. You want to try it? You can go to the brick and mortar store at 15 and Dodge Park at Deer Camp itself, or go to deercampcoffee.com. Also use our promo code UNJ10. You get 10% off your order. And don't forget, get a bag of the UNJ medium roast blend there as well.
All right, Danny, where's our live view camera to look from tonight?
Welcome back for the 700th time live to the Up North Journal and a live look tonight. You know, we started looking at this camera in the summer and it was nice and bright and daylight, but it's getting darker now as we see here, and it's roughly 56 degrees on Lake St. Clair, where it's going to be raining here. Today was pretty nice, but tomorrow we're having some rain, so enjoy the view before that.
No ships up on or?
No, nothing. And, you know, right now we don't see no hard water, but how you been, man?
I've been good. Been real good.
Excellent.
Welcome to the 700th podcast.
700th show.
Yeah. It's been it's unreal, man.
It's been a trip, huh?
It's been a ride.
I tell you what, 700th show. We were just talking about this like 2 seconds ago before we went on. This is our 300th live show.
Yep.
That we've done on Facebook. I've been with you for
a long time.
A few more than that. Not many, though. But, yeah, congratulations, Godfather of podcasting.
It's been good, man. It's, the 17th season, I think we're in?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a haul.
It has been a haul, and you know what? It's been fun. It has been a riot to get to this number. We've been through a whole bunch, 500, 600, now 700. Congratulations. There is not many people out there that can say they've got that many.
No.
And there's a lot of people that start with one, and all of a sudden they realize how tough it really is to do this.
Yeah. The one guy that's ahead of us that I really respect is Joe Rogan. That guy, he does about 3 of these things a week.
Yeah, well, that's a little different story, right?
Long for him too, man. But he gets some pretty cool outdoors people on too. So
right.
Thank you, Mr. Genzel. Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Appreciate that.
But our live look was showing us down a river or up a river, depending which way the camera was looking.
Right.
And it was soft water. But this is our last show. We've been working at it all year long.
Right.
Once a month, talking with these vendors, and now we've got the gang. Actually, we got the gang in two spots. We've got them up in Escanaba, and we've got them down south. So they're going to join us tonight, which you see them up on the screen, and we are going to have just
about 700 people there. It looks like in the box. We got people all over this place.
Right. So
thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a long haul, but it's been a lot of fun, and we're able to talk to some people like y'all tonight. So welcome aboard, and Sarah, why don't you introduce everybody so we can kind of get to know everybody tonight?
Yeah, sure. Well, this is Nathan Bouchard. He had helped create this event, this crazy events that I make everybody crazy at work for. This is Cassie Lanaville. She's actually one of our sales reps that talked to a lot of the vendors and got them to come aboard. This is Rayanna Mackey, who's actually my daughter, and she's also works for us and talks to some vendors and got them to come. And then in Kentucky, you got Dawn Lapine.
Hello.
It says Williams on her box there, but it's actually Lapine. She just got married, so she's on her honeymoon.
Okay.
She's also another sales rep.
Congratulations on your wedding and being in a warmer place than we are right now.
all right, so let's get this kicked off. Dawn, I hope you got some time. Are you good for time right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to your daughter real quick. She's back there, got her hands in the pocket. What's it like to work with Mom?
It's different. Really different.
Do you guys carpool to work?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm here before she even gets out of bed.
Oh. So, all right. So, let's start with the statistics. This is your second year. Going to have this biggest UP ice fishing show and hunting expo.
In the world.
Right. How many vendors are we up to now?
So, it looks like there'd be about 49 vendors.
And you still got people calling you every day now wanting more. So by the time this show kicks off in 2 weeks from Friday, I think you might have 50.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
And that is exciting news. And between the two of you who came up with this idea, what's the gut feeling of how this has taken off in 2 short years?
Really good, I would say.
I give you guys credit for being able to pull this off, and just for an instance, not running into any trouble with the show that you're trying to have as a UP Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo, because obviously in this world today that you're either hurting the fish or you're hurting the animals. But it's just crazy how some things are explained to us. But, congratulations getting those people. Congratulations to you two for really kicking this in the butt for the second year. And, I
think our biggest compliment on the show is that we needed something like this around here.
Well, it's got to mean a lot for the community up there. I mean, this has got to be a huge economic impact in the area.
Yeah. And that's part of the goal, too, I mean, it's just kind of expressing, like, what the little Beatty Dock is and Beatty Dock, I should say. I mean, we got the big Beatty Dock is just around the corner, the big lake.
Right.
So, kind of showcase what we have here.
And for those of you watching the live show, if you're looking at our screen, I might sort of throw up, but the latest flyer that you have has basically got a lot of logos that you've added since the beginning, like the very first one we've probably shown. And you can see right there, one announcement that we can make, obviously, because it's on the poster, is that one of our own, actually, 2 of our own, Buck Baits and Deer Camp, will be joining us in the UP to enjoy the weekend with you folks up there.
I'm excited.
Oh, it's going to be a good time, trust me. So, if you want, how about we talked about going over these vendors. Do you want Dawn to go first so she can go over her vendors?
Yeah, me as well.
All right, Dawn, the floor is yours. Who are we looking at coming from your group?
I have L&M Fleet, Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital, Blades, Camping World, WZMQ, Rustic Cedar Signs, Beavers Lures, 4-H.
Sounds like a lot of people.
Sticks Outdoor.
it sounds like a lot of the people that we've already interviewed on the show are some of the people you've rounded up to get into the show.
Yes, with Sarah's help.
Yeah. Well, talk about Camping World. Camping World is a big one. Getting them to come to the show. What will they be bringing to the show?
They are bringing 2 campers to the show. They reached out to me and wanted to know if they could come.
You know, when you have the vendors calling you wanting to come to your show, that's kind of a good feeling,
Right.
Yeah, it is.
you know. It's like you get the word out there, and also when people start calling you to, hey, can we come to your show? It tells you what it speaks of the area that's up there. And with Camping World being there, obviously you've got the local talent of Blades and Beavers with you there as well. You know, for you, Don, it's pretty exciting to have all those on board, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, does it take a lot of coordination on your part to get them all lined up to make sure that they're going to be there, all signed up, ready to go, that when they walk in on setup Thursday or Friday, that they're good to go?
Yes.
You know, one of the things I see here is we do have a layout of the show, and Sarah, you can speak to this because obviously the layout of the show, it looks like you've got it's going to be a lot of people, but you're going to have a lot of space to leisurely walk around you in.
Yeah, and that's what I think made it successful last year, because it was like a comfortable setting. You know, it wasn't so like jam packed, and I mean, you actually have time to look at everything. You know what I mean? You don't feel rushed when it's so packed together. You know, when you go to those shows, it's just like you can't see everything. Where this one you can, you know, and there's even a place for you to sit down and eat. So.
I think that's key.
Yeah.
Making it comfortable for the people that are attending a show. I mean, Danny and I, we've been to several of these things before, and you know, you get in one that's cramped, and people are pushing and people are shoving a little bit, you know, trying to get through, and it's cramped, and you can't see everything you want to see. With a bigger platform to be able to view the things and talk to the vendors, it's got to be good for the vendors as well, having that people be able to access their tables and talk with them.
Right, and that's what I noticed last year too when we did this, and you know, it's pretty much the same layout. I just basically added more and more. They got longer, the rows did, you know. But you could have 6 or 7 people at your booth at once. You know, where if it's so packed, you'd only have a chance to get 2 people there.
Right.
You know, so I mean, they were crowded at each booth.
You know, Don, we talked about your vendors, but we didn't talk about you. How long have you been at the press?
It'll be 5 years in April.
Not to put you on the spot, but how you like working there?
I like it.
Okay, good answer. just want to check. Sarah wanted me to test you all tonight, by the way. I'm part of the review process that's coming up. But working with these vendors that you do and other vendors that you work with at the press and everything, being up there in the UP, is how long have you been in the business?
Well, I started in circulation, and then I did accounting, and I've been in sales since November.
How long have you been totally at the press?
It'll be 5 years in April.
Okay, so you've actually kind of worked your way up.
Yes.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Are you from the area originally?
Yes, I'm originally from Trinary, up by Munising.
Okay.
But I've been in Escanaba for 23 years.
Okay. Now, this is an outdoor show, and you're selling, you know, space for vendors that are outdoor related. What's your connection to the outdoors? Do you hunt? Do you fish, hike, canoe, kayak, anything like that?
When I was little, I bear hunted with my grandpa, deer hunted, fished, but I haven't done it in a long time.
That's awesome. Going bear hunting with grandpa.
Yeah, exactly,
That's pretty cool.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
And she's in the hometown of Trinary, home of Trinary Toast.
Yep, I worked there.
No way.
Yep, when I was a senior in high school.
Okay. I've never been to the actual building. I've probably driven by it about 50 miles an hour. But is it actually as small as it seems when they show it on TV?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But awesome. Congratulations. You're on your honeymoon down there, down south. Congratulations on that as well. But, you know, just one of those things, it's awesome. And I'm sure Sarah loves having you a part of the team. And Sarah, who's up next?
Well, let's talk about Cassie. She should be my boss, honestly.
So Cassie, how long have you been at the press?
19 years.
19 years, all in sales?
Yes.
Wow. You're a sales expert. So who? So who do you have on your
She's a
account?
good BSer.
All right.
I have Jimmy Crackhorn. He is coming from Marquette, and amazing kettle corn, so that'll be fun and tasty. I have Humboldt Fur Company coming, and they are from Wisconsin. They're going to have a double booth set up at the show. Awesome items there.
They sold out last year at furs, didn't they?
Oh, that was Barnes.
Oh, that was Barnes. Okay.
Yeah, so we have another.
This is a new one, yeah. Humboldt.
Oh, you've actually got two there this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have J Outdoor Gear coming, and he's the owner. He invented this J Rescue rope. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's everywhere throughout the Midwest. And the guy that invented it, he is coming from Ohio. So that's kind of exciting.
That's a long haul.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how long it took me to get up north
Right.
last week, and I mean that's a long drive.
I think we've seen that when they came on board, their safety rope. Well, we obviously one of the first things we talk about, everything we do here is about safety. So when we're up there, we're definitely going to have to stop by their booth and talk with him for sure. Who else you got?
UP, well, I'm sorry. Now it's being changed to Northern Michigan Gun Owners. It was UP Gun Owners, but now it's going to be Northern Michigan because they are now expanding to right below the bridge as well.
Oh, the Gun Owners Association?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Now, being there 19 years, you know, you got to explain a little bit. How much have you seen the industry change in those 19 years?
A lot.
What has been the most noticeable change?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot going on online with the transition of getting things out there digitally, and so we've been expanding with that a lot, and totally different avenues to learn as far as with digital advertising and being able to offer different things now. But it can be a little bit of a challenge. It was a challenge, but we're keeping up. So.
You know, with technology advancing the way it has in the last
Yes.
15, 20 years, I mean, I work in television, so I understand that digital side of things. And honestly, I've never asked this question of y'all before, but do you still have a physical paper?
We do.
Okay, and so you have a actually physical presence, plus you have the digital presence, right?
Correct.
What's the biggest circulation? Which one over the other?
Oh, well, I mean, the physical press, so she works for the shopper. We have a shopper. It's a once a week shopper.
Okay.
And that one is actually like our largest, 16,500 every week.
Okay.
You know, just a once a week. But then we have a daily, you know, and that includes our e-edition. So it's really hard to say because everybody that gets a subscription gets an e-edition automatically.
Okay.
You know, but then we also have people who sign up for only e-edition. Like, you know, they may be even like going to Florida for the winter, I mean, and they'll only want their e-edition. So the subscription, it's kind of hard to tell on that aspect of it.
Okay.
But we still put stories and whatnot on our website. And we'll have 65,000 unique visitors every month on just our website because of the news stories.
Okay.
So, you know, it's a good mix, but they, you know, coming from all over the country.
Is
you know?
the hard paper, is it a weekly or daily?
It's a daily.
It is a daily. Okay.
Yeah, Monday through Saturday, and then you know we have sister papers throughout Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
One in Alpena, Marquette, Houghton, and Iron Mountain, as well as you know us in Escanaba. So we're a pretty strong force up here.
Yeah.
And you know, with the UP being an older generation,
Mm-hmm.
the genre is right for us.
Right.
You know, because and besides, like half the UP doesn't even get internet access yet. You know, I mean,
I found
know
that
we're
out
working on
last week.
Yeah. So
Right? You know, is that the one that our ad is in by chance? In the paper?
your ads in the program book for the show.
You're gracing the pages of their.
Yeah.
Did you cut Danny out and make sure that he's not in it?
Yeah.
I get no respect.
You guys should show the viewers what your ad looks like because I thought it was great.
I don't have it.
You got
To
it.
email it to you?
Yeah, well, I got the one that we looked at and approved. We're okay.
Yeah.
with. Yeah. But I don't have it with me right this moment. That would have been a good one. See? But okay, so
I need a new marketing guy.
I tell you what, anytime. But I totally got thrown off by you cutting me out of the paper. Thanks, buddy.
Well, let's talk about Ray for a second. She's the last one on here to talk about. And that works with the press, I should say, because then we can go to Nathan. Oh my gosh, you want to hear a story.
All right. So what part of the paper do you work in?
Inside sales.
Inside sales. Okay. And you bring vendors in for the show as well?
I did a couple, yeah.
Okay.
Well, who'd you do?
I got C&J Custom Rods
Okay.
and Bob Allen books.
Okay.
How long you been there at the press?
She's a baby.
4 months.
4 months.
4 months. That's awesome. You got to make it to that. Well, 4 months. You got past your 90 days.
That's right.
So you passed the probationary period. But, you
We're
know.
coming out on some adventures too.
Is this a career path that you're looking to get into and stay with?
Yeah.
Okay. What prompted you want to get into newspaper?
What was that?
So what made you want to get into be working in a newspaper?
Honestly, it was just something new,
Okay.
completely different from what I know.
Okay. An aspiring writer one day, maybe? Reporter?
Maybe.
Maybe. Come on. Go with the right answers right now because Mom's listening. Oh. Right?
Bills.
There you go. You know, it's just one of those things. You know what? I worked in a family business as well, and I get it, working for Mom and Dad. And yeah, it can get a little interesting, especially when I was young, growing up at home, and we worked together. It's like you can never get away from the boss.
Yeah. My dad and I, 35 years working together.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah. It
That's
was
tough.
It was brutal at times.
Well, and that was on roofs, so he
Yeah.
could have literally got thrown off the roof.
Yeah.
That, you know.
Yeah.
But
I fell off twice. I don't remember if I was tossed off or if I fell off.
right. But so, are you in the outdoors? Is Mom taking you out in the outdoors, or what have you done? What's your connection?
I went with Cassie a few times for talking to people.
It's about the outdoors, like hunting.
But
fishing.
what do you like outdoors? Have you gone hunting?
Hunting, fishing, anything like that?
No.
Fishing.
Fishing, okay. What's your biggest fish caught so far?
A little baby perch.
It counts. It counts. You probably outfish me because all I do is drown worms. So that's my claim to fame when it comes to fishing. So,
Just telling the story with bluegill.
Yeah, she catches lots of bluegills.
you know, they're all good eating. That's the way I look
She won't
at it.
take him off the hook.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is the same way.
Oh man.
Yep, she will not touch a fish. I've got one time I got her to hold. She caught a nice bass and got her to hold it up reluctantly to take a picture. And as soon as she was done, took the picture, it went like that and it was back in the water. So I don't know. Got to bait the hook, got to take them off the hook, and all that kind of good stuff. But it's all good.
Just so you know, Deer Camp has tuned in this evening. Julie and Tony over at Deer Camp, they will be with us as well. So we got them. GT Custom Rod and Reel. That's awesome. And who else do we got, Sarah?
Oh gosh, there's so many. Well, Blades, of course. I gotta give kudos to them. They have made this really easy for us to do. And you know, I watched their Facebook page, and I notice a lot of vendors that they get to. You know what I mean? So I'm like, Cassie, go after this one. Call this guy. Call that guy. So that's actually like where J Outdoor Gear came from. Was I seen it on Blades' Facebook page because they were carrying his product in their store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and going to talk to them, they've just been a big help with all of this too. They're bringing the clam wrap again this year as well, so that'll be really interesting. And then they'll have some clam shacks there and whatnot, you know. But it's nice to have that, you know, I guess connection.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like your
I gotta
own.
give them a lot of
your own personal Rolodex of people to call to get to come to the show. I mean, and that's the way the outdoor industry really is. Once you get one, then you get another, and then they know somebody, and then they know somebody, and and it's just a really close, tight knit community, and everybody gets along really well. Most of the time.
Yeah.
For people that want to know more information, where is a good place? Do you have a web address that we could go to find more information about UP ice fishing?
I just have that Facebook page set up right now.
All right, so
call it up, Danny.
I'm there right now.
There you go.
Right there. You can go to the Facebook page UP Ice Fishing, and they have all the information there. They've got the latest flyer. Plus, they've got a list of all the vendors, who's going to be there, Western UP visitors. It's going to be a good time. They've got like I said, they've got each time she gets a new vendor, she posts a new poster over there. So the latest one is up and going. I see HUD's, Mr. Huddleston is on the show now, listening in. So he'll be there with his lures. Adam and I tested those, and it's pretty good.
I gotta share, Patrick, that he has a wall booth this time. So
there you go, Pat.
Is the show open to any and all vendors?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, obviously it would be nice to keep it more hunting, fishing related. But one of the complaints I got last year was there wasn't enough women things. So it would be cool to even have like more like candles and scenty things and women's stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you what. Speaking of women, who and one such woman, Julie, who owns Deer Camp and Buck Baits, they will be there, and I bet you Deer Camp. We'll give if they're listening.
He was on earlier.
Bring the Deer Camp candles.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you've got women hunt too.
And so they're a new vendor this year. And it looks like, I believe that they do like empowering women. They're more like a mentoring for just letting women know it's okay to hunt in the outdoors as well. You know what I mean? So that's going to be really interesting. I didn't get a chance to talk to them or meet them yet. We had another sales rep that recently left us. She's the one that got them on. So I don't know too much about them, and I do apologize because I will study.
Well,
we'll get to know them.
When we're up there, we'll get you, and we'll go around and we'll do some live shots during the weekend, and we'll have some of these people on. Looking overall at the show runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 to 8, 9 to 5, and 10 to 3. So it's free to get in.
Yep.
And you're gonna have food. What's some of the kids' games you're gonna have? You're gonna have minnow races, aren't you?
Yeah. So right now, all I have is the minnow races going on. But a lot of the vendors, 4-H, for instance, they have like a little archery thing for the kids that they'll be doing. The Boy Scouts, the Bay Lake Council Scouts. Well, I'm sure they'll have some sort of a game or something over there for the kids too. I know they were talking about doing something, so it'll be fun for them. We'll have all sorts of prizes, and we went and bought a bunch of candy and stuff like that too. So
I think
it'll be good for the whole family.
I think you ought to judge and be the official for the minnow races.
Give me a checkered flag.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good for you.
I was hoping that they would have a dunk tank.
Yeah.
I'd almost volunteer Adam to go in there.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd volunteer him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy. Get a dunk tank. We'll put him in it.
Yeah.
Raise some money.
Sure?
You get a dunk tank up there. We could have some fun with it.
Yeah.
You have enough
Make some
adult.
money for some charity.
There you
It's
go.
gotta be outside.
Oh no! It can't be outside. It's got.
Oh yeah.
No, because there might be ice on it by the time November rolls.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's gotta be outside. We'll put ice in it for you.
There you go.
Thanks. You're not helping here.
Daniel do that one too.
Al. But okay. So we talked about some of the vendors. We talked about some of the games. Do we know what types of foods we're going to have on board?
Yeah, so the Grateful Cheese is coming. It's a food trailer and it's what it is. It's like grilled cheese, but they're amazing. Adult grilled cheeses. They're huge and they're so good.
I like their logo. It's one of those things. You look. I had to really study to read it. I'm like the Grateful Cheese, and I'm like, oh,
That's cool.
Yeah.
And okay, so we got the Grateful Cheese.
Yep, and then Express Coffee too. So they're going to be there, and they have, well, you know, obviously some coffee drinks and stuff, and they do a Lotus drink, which is really popular here. It's like a natural energy drink, but they'll be doing breakfast sandwiches, like bagel sandwiches and stuff. It sounds like, right?
I could go for an energy drink. Absolutely. Door prizes.
Plus,
I
Jimmy
see.
cracked corn.
Yeah.
And he don't care.
Yeah, right. I see. We're gonna have door prizes by Rapid River Knives.
No, Barker.
Barker, sorry.
Yeah, no,
That's what
you
my
can.
glasses are for.
I got some right here. We're going to be giving away 4 of them. So 1 a day for everyone who walks in the door. We'll put their name in a drawing. Here's one. I'm going to just kind of show you. He made these special for us.
Nice.
Are they logoed?
They're like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So this one was a bush crafter, black canvas. Yeah. They have a fillet knife, a field knife, stuff like that.
This
So
one's
it
gorgeous.
was really cool of them. He came to the show last year, the owner did, and he came up to me and he said, "Why didn't you call me? I would have gave you some knives." So this year, of course, I called him and he's like, "I'm going to make you 4." So
Nice.
yeah, so we'll give those away 1 a day, and then the 4th one we're going to do a vendor drawing. So we want to encourage people to stop at every vendor. And, you know, if they buy something or visit, you know, it's up to the vendor on how they want to give away their extra little ticket for people to draw, or for the drawing.
Okay.
To sign up. Yeah. So.
Are you gonna have just something off top? Are you gonna have like an announcer type telling people all about this, what they can do during the show?
That'd be perfect.
No, you know, I thought about maybe even doing it on the stage.
He nominates him.
Danny loves to talk.
I mean, we can get a stage and speaker.
That'd be
stuff,
awesome.
You know? Yeah, we can get a sound system going.
He loves to talk. He will put on a show for you.
Look at him, he's like,
let's do
no way. No
You have
way.
no idea. You put a microphone in front of me, and it's,
You better be careful what you're asking for, because
Right.
you might not be able to control them.
Yeah.
But it's karaoke too.
There you
you
go.
know, we're talking live on the air, but if you want to throw this out there, but if you want to do a vendor spotlight an hour or every couple hours, why not? If you got room for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
And then we'll have Nathan come up there to you know, we'll have some story time.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Around the campfire.
You are not getting out of this, buddy. Yeah, you drag me in, I'm dragging you in.
Yeah.
You
You have
know,
to work.
Make sure you go over and get you a couple cold ice barley pops. Sit around a fake campfire, and you can have some story time.
we definitely can. You know, by chance, are you? I'm going on the fly now. You totally got me way off base with that microphone thing.
You're just dreaming. What's gonna happen?
Right? Well, actually, see, kind of the other way around. All right, so we got food, we got coffee. What else are we having at the show, Sarah?
Well, I want to talk about some more of the vendors, though.
Oh yeah, no,
For sure. L&M Fleet Supply. This one's an interesting one. They had just opened here in the spring in Escanaba, and I was their rep. That's why I got to get to know them. He's the regional manager that I talked to. And anyways, I was told him about our show, and he's like, no, we don't really do anything like that. We really don't. We got to just focus on our store. And I'm like, okay, well, change your mind, let me know, that kind of thing. Well, it was just a few months ago, he contacted me. He said he was in Minnesota at a store someplace, and he heard some people talking about the ice fishing show in the UP. So he's like, okay, I guess I gotta go. So I'm gonna sign up. So they took a whole, wall, basically. And it's pretty cool, because I was just talking to the manager of the store here the other day, and when they opened here in the spring, it was too late for their ice fishing gear, right? There was hunting stuff out and whatnot. They have a little bit of fishing things, but it was more for, the summer fishing. So I said, well, this is kind of cool, because this is like your debut of what you're going to have for ice fishing
Right.
at the show. And he's like, exactly. We're pretty excited to showcase that. So it'll be at a public show rather than, just in their store, which they probably would have to wait another month to even have it showcased at the store. So, but it sounds like they're going to bring some hunting things, like a lot of hunting stuff and all the cool things that they have for ice fishing, which no one has got to see yet here.
Well, Adam is going to be thoroughly excited about that. I know he's listening. And Tammy Delk has joined us from Colorado.
All the way from Colorado.
Right? She's out there on a team building event for work, but she's tuning in for our 700 show, so that's awesome. Having L&M there, it's going to be having them there as well. Who else you got on your mind?
Well, Sikkim Lures, that was another one. He was one of the earlier ones that signed up with us. He's out of Manistee, and he does his own lures and jigs and whatnot. So that'll be fun to see because we never got to. And there's Blake Bates too. I never got to meet him yet, in person. So that'll be interesting. And Blake Bates too. So he's, I believe, 12 years old, and he started his own bait
Lure company.
Yeah, he makes his own lures. He's 12. So I think he is also at Blades Baits. They started picking up his line. So it'll be fun to see what he has going on in his booth.
Right, exactly. And, you're speaking about Blake's. We're talking about, you said earlier, shout out to Blades as well. Having them there, and I stopped there in July. It's going to be fun to see them again. As we look at, I see you're going to have WZMQ there.
Yeah.
That's in 906 Outdoors.
Yep. So Brian, he actually a host. He used to be the main host of our Discovering channel here in the 906.
Okay.
And then he ended up doing his own show, 906 Outdoors. So it's every Sunday morning, isn't it? It's Sunday morning. It's pretty cool. Everything outdoors. He goes and talks to people, and it's really interesting show. So he also does like some fish batters and different meat seasonings and stuff like that. He owns that too, 906 Seasonings, which is really awesome.
You gotta try some of that.
Yeah, good stuff for sure. So
for sure.
And once people that are visiting, and if you're there and you really like the area, you're going to be having Great North Real Estate as well. So you can check in, maybe buy some land.
That was another one. Don was still on because she had gotten them on, but he's from downstate. And he decided to come to the show too. So it must be, I'm sure for recreational properties, and buying and selling both, going after both.
Exactly. So overall, what are you thinking of attendance wise? What are you looking at, hoping to attain compared to last year? What's the thought here for this year?
Well, I'm hoping to. It would be nice to double what we had last year. But see, last year, so we had it the first week in October last year, and I remember, so Friday was really good, Saturday was excellent, Sunday, it was kind of dead, but the reason was we had like pancake breakfast going on, church was going on, the Packer game was that morning as well. So, we didn't have as many for that Sunday, but the vendors, I think they were still really happy. It was actually kind of a nice calm after the storm, So, but, a lot of the vendors, there's 13 vendors, 16 that are returning that we had last year. So that's a good sign to me, because they all, so Michael Holmes, for instance, he's on the vendor list. He doesn't really have a business name per se. He's an old warden, and he does decoys and spears. And when he set up last year, he's like, I don't know how it's going to go, and I figured I'd give you a shot. He's from Iron Mountain, right? Uh-huh. He sold out.
He didn't have anything left.
He had to run home to get more.
That's a good problem.
So he's like, call me in for next year. I'm definitely coming back.
And some of these decoys this guy makes are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Are these for for spearing through the ice decoys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, really cool stuff. So
That is
carved.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, all of them decoys are hand carved.
That's awesome, and that just doesn't happen overnight. Those take some time.
It's it's literally art.
Wait until you see them, you'll be amazed.
Those hand carved decoys that they sell and they have out there, and it's just amazing that some of the detail they get into. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Coleman. Okay, Smarty Pants. I'll leave that alone. Okay, so Dawn is left, so somebody can speak for her. From each of your sales reps, what vendor, pick one, are you personally excited to have there? Don't all rush.
I know, we got a lively crowd here.
You're excited about the crack corn guy.
I am excited about the California. Yes, I am. But I'm excited to see what Humboldt Furs. I want to see all their
full display. I think they're going to be bringing a lot of cool things for us to look at. I'm excited for the maker, inventor of the J rope too. Like I said, he's all over the Midwest and all the stores and outdoor stores, and I think it's gonna be really cool to meet him and have him show things.
You know, something as simple as a rope, it's amazing. You know,
Right, and the things that he came up with.
Well, it's not just that, but as simple as a rope can save your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm buying one.
It's like you know what? It takes somebody like that just to push it, and you know it's amazing. And obviously, talking about that being safety and everything. So who else we got, and who's your favorite?
CJ.
Where's home?
She's a shy one, guys.
Oh, come on. Okay, all right,
Who is it,
all right, Nathan, you're gonna speak for. Who are you excited to see coming?
Who you talking to? Me?
You.
Me?
You, eh?
Oh, I'm excited to see the custom rod builder.
Okay. Do you have do you have a custom rod?
Yeah, I have like 6 of them.
Oh, there you go. So you're gonna
every Christmas present for me for the last 8 years.
He's gonna have a few more by the end of the show.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all right. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be broke, I'm sure. That's payday too. So.
All right. And Sarah, who are you looking forward to having? You know, it's your second year of doing this with Nathan. Who are you really pumped up to see coming back, or a new vendor there?
Well, I mean, all of them, honestly. I'm gonna say that, but like I said, Blades. I think I loved their display last year. They did so great at setting things up. It was like an ice shack village when you first walk in, and then it was like, oh, here's the electronics. Okay, oh, here's the augers. You know, here's the clothes. It was cool. It was like a little mini mall.
Yeah, they had it set up right.
Of Blades, you know, and then they had the ice houses and stuff that you can rent from them, and it was really cool. This year they're going to do an ice house outside too, so when you first walk in the doors, you get to see what it looks like, and they'll have a rep there too, kind of talking about what it is and how much it is to rent and stuff like that, and take out on the ice for a weekend or whatnot.
And they're going to be right across from us. Oh, that ain't going to be good.
Yeah, you guys will be right across from them.
Right. So, well, you know what? It's local vendors and obviously like L&M as well. But it's those local places that are all coming in to make this a great event, a 3-day event, being November 3, 4, and 5. Like I said, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 to 8, 9 to 5, and 10 to 3 for those 3 days, and it's free, folks. So if you're in the area, or if you're traveling through and you want to stop for a little bit, get a bite to eat, a cold beverage, and just walk around and take a look. I'm sure the Daily Press would be enjoyable to have you there.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to have
sure. So, you know, another one I got to mention too is that GT Rod and Reel. I know you guys had him on, Gary Ullman, not too long ago. He was one of my first vendors I talked to last year, and he's from Illinois. And I was shocked that he wanted to come up here, but I was like thankful, because I'm like, you're gonna drive all this way and you have this much faith in us, you know. And he is returning, so thank goodness. I mean, he had a great turnout too. I remember talking to him at the end. He was like, "This is a great little show. I love it. I can see in the next few years this is gonna grow." You know, and he's been to shows all over the place, and he said that ours was one of the more successful ones.
That's
I'm
great.
excited
Great
to see him again,
feedback.
too.
That is awesome feedback. So Nathan, you're sitting there, you're taking this all in. What are you going to be doing during the weekend?
Movie.
This weekend or is that
No.
That's the weekend of the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be there.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Yeah, I'll
way
be
to go,
spending-
Sarah. Here, you go move me, and I'll work. But, you know, so Nathan, you know, besides the rod and reels, is there anything you're looking forward to on the hunting side? I know we got a couple firearm dealers going to be there, and some other things as well. Anything you're looking for particularly?
L&M Fleet.
Right? They're going to have a nice. They're going to have.
I like that store. I like the stuff that they have there.
Never been in one. I'm going to take a guess. Is that like a Tractor Supply?
No.
Well, I like to think of it as Tractor Supply and Mel's Fleet Farm having a baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you put it like that, I will go with it.
It's a good combination of both.
Okay, that's awesome.
Really cool. They have like everything from plumbing to like there's outdoor furniture. They have everything
Yeah,
there.
got a fishing mat.
It's really cool. Lawnmowers, they even service their lawnmowers right there, which is nice.
Which will be snowblowers by the time we get to November.
Yeah, that's
evidently.
snowblowers. Yeah.
You better take your shovel with you.
That's not a lie.
You ever been to a Fleet Farm before?
Yes,
It's just like that.
right. So,
But probably better.
It's better.
there you go. Now, that's right in Escanaba, right?
Yes.
Okay. That is way cool. So, Sarah, who else we got that you're looking forward to going down the list here?
Well, Metals by Eric. I'm
Metal?
excited to see him too. I haven't. I've seen only like some pictures of his work, but he does the metal cutouts and whatnot. He's got a CNC machine. I'm assuming.
Yeah, you probably got
But it's really cool art. And of course the rustic cedar sign guy.
You
He's
keep telling me about this guy, and I got to meet this guy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's good stuff.
Yeah, and he's like one of the last ones I think on the planet that still routers by hand. Every sign you see is by hand, and it's like intricate detail. He brought a sign over the other day. It was a wolf, and it looks. I mean, it's amazing. Like, how do you do that?
He's a good painter too.
Yeah. So.
With all these people coming in, all these vendors, all the attendees, is it free to park? Free to get in to the
Yes.
parking?
Yes.
Yep. And there's a lot of places to park. We're gonna try to block off the front entrance. Last year we kind of let them park wherever, but this year we gotta because we're gonna have more vendors outside. We're gonna kind of have them make them park over in the fair field, I guess, more in the field. But it's still not that it's paved. It's a nice walk-in.
Well, people are coming up maybe and they want to make a whole weekend of it. Accommodations around the area, plenty of accommodations for people to stay overnight.
Yeah. There's lots of hotels, and like the Econo Lodge is right next door to the fairgrounds. That's the closest one that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like a Quality Inn. We have a Best Western. We even have like the Sunset Motel. That's just up the road and it's right next to a restaurant. The Terrace Bay Hotel is right on the water. That's in Gladstone. It's everything. I mean, there's got to be 8, 9 hotels just in this little, within a 10-mile radius.
Mm-hmm.
Plus we have the Island Resort and Casino. If people want to stay there, it's like 13 miles west of Escanaba, but they got 5-star restaurant. They got there's slides for the kids. There's everything you need. And of course the gambling. So.
What could go wrong there?
Options, even campgrounds. You can even camp. You can still camp on the fairgrounds. They just shut the water off.
Okay.
But people can bring campers.
There you go. So if you're ever in the area, you can either stay at a hotel if you want to make a weekend of it. Trust me, folks, if you go up to Escanaba, besides the show, like they said, there's the water. Obviously, it's November. You can do some hunting in the local area. You better find some state land or federal land there because nobody's going to tell you where they're hunting.
That's right.
I'm getting more pumped as we talk about the show and who's all going to be there, and I am thoroughly happy to see how much this has grown since we started talking in February, probably January.
And more to come. As I was talking to vendors earlier in the year, I mean, it was the timing. We're still trying to figure out the best timing of the year to do this because we want it close to hunting and more. Because our original idea was for just ice fishing. To be honest with you, it was just ice fishing. But it's like, well, we have to do hunting too. That way we can make it more of a successful event and be open. It's open for everybody then.
Right.
Not just the fishermen. It's open for everyone.
And they kind of coincide at the same time anyway.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to find that.
Because I'm sure if you're a fisherman, you're a hunter too.
9 times out of 10, yes.
Yeah, you find very few that'll say, well, "No, I just fish."
Yeah.
It's like, or I just hunt. And you know what? And because this is the biggest UP ice fishing and hunting expo in the UP, you got to build on it. You got to go with it and make it. We'll see how this one goes. We'll have I'm sure you'll have a roundup in December after the show to talk about it. what to do better, what we can add to it or whatnot. But I'm just so excited. And one of the big things that I see to draw this is free to get in. Mm-hmm. A lot of these shows charge you 10, 12,
15
and if you bring a family of 4, it starts to get a little expensive, and you start to add food and drink and
parking,
and then you got to buy stuff, right?
Yep.
So
no, it's more we're trying to make it free for the public, just so that way we want people there. You know what I mean? So that way our vendors are happy. Our main concern is to make sure our vendors are happy.
Right.
So that's why we decided not to charge at the door, and I don't think we ever will.
That would be awesome if that could keep continue.
I did think about maybe doing a canned good donation though, like a goodwill, like a free will donation. If somebody want to bring a canned good, we could give it to a local food pantry.
There you go.
As entrance, fee. But,
idea.
So maybe that might be in the works.
Idea for next year already. Have we covered everybody you wanted to talk about?
Almost. There was one, Bob Allen Brooks. He's going to be an interesting one. That was another one that Ray had got, and he does a bunch of children's books. He's got a really cool website, and he I believe he illustrates them himself too, doesn't he?
No, yes.
Okay, that's a different illustrator, but he'll be interesting.
Did we ever get the official word that the DNR was or was not going to be there?
No. She was supposed to be, but then they were understaffed, so she said that she wouldn't be able to make it this year. Or next year, it sounds like.
That's a story all around,
right? That probably would be another one to put on the should be, must be there type.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of shows where they get asked those kind of great questions, and it's good to put them on the spot in a way.
Yeah.
But you feel so much better when you can ask an actual DNR person.
Well, it gives them some PR to where they're not just out writing tickets trying to bust somebody. It gets you can get kids in front of them too. It's just a good way for people to understand that they're there to help the outdoors and us as outdoorsmen and women too.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
she had a great turnout last year. There were some controversial things. I kind of felt bad for her, but she handled it very well. Joanne, her name was, that came last year. So,
what show wouldn't be without controversy?
The DNR?
Yeah, right.
What?
Never.
Never. That would ever happen, right? So, you got any more questions over there, pal?
No. I think sounds like we've about covered everything. Just.
Well, I get one more. There's Bucket List Whitetails. That's actually a hunting guide.
Okay.
He's new, and I almost forgot to mention him.
Bucket List Whitetails.
So if you're looking for a hunt,
so that's our first hunting guide that's going to be at the show too. So that'll be an interesting one.
Is he local?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, you know what? You and I will get together, and like I said, we'll do some live drops and everything. The people for the weekend will know exactly where we are for the whole entire weekend. We plan on getting up there Friday and coming on in, get for the setup. We'll touch base with you there, get all set up, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Any questions for you? Nope, I'm good.
Anything more, Sarah?
Well, I do got to give props to Nathan, too, for all of this, because this year, especially, he was all about it, trying to find more people for us to contact. So he was kind of like the manager of it all, a little bit, like got on my butt to get in gear, in turn then getting them in gear to get this stuff sold. So.
Yeah, because right afterwards you'll be planning next year. I mean, it takes a year to plan.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to thank you for reaching out to us, because this has been a wonderful year to work together and develop a friendship that we have. And it's been so cool to see it, like I said earlier, see it develop from a few to almost 50 now, and I'm probably sure it will be 50. Not to mention, which I did not mention, that besides Buck Baits and Deer Camp, Uncle Henry's Meats are going to be there with Deer Camp as well. So we're bringing up a couple. We're trying to get a couple more real quick last-minute deals to come in. But everybody, if you're in the area of the UP in Escanaba, you get on over to the UP Ice Fishing, Hunting, and Expo show. And we're not going to sign off yet because we got one more thing to do. We gotta do this because we didn't do. We gotta light some candles and we gotta blow out the 700th cake. because you know, it's your 700th show. It's not going to sit there and get done by itself. So
you know how I am about fire.
Yeah, well, you know, if we had a, what'd you call that before, a Uper fire starter?
Yeah, we don't need a fire starter,
right? So if you just give me a minute here, because it'll probably take. Well,
Danny's gonna melt them. They're gonna be 70 instead of 700.
Somebody suggested I light 700 candles.
No, we're not gonna do that.
All right. So with that ado, on our 700th show, again, congratulations, April 25th, 07. You started this adventure. I've been with you for a lot of those, and dude, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Over 300 of them with
right?
you, man.
So, congratulations. I'm glad we got some local people within the state on tonight.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry I couldn't get anybody, Mavericks on.
Maverick.
Right? And Tammy. So, congratulations. So, blow out those candles. And with that,
there you go. All right. We'll see where we go from here. You know,
right?
We take them one show at a time and see where we land. So, looking forward to the next year and seeing what happens.
Absolutely. And folks, stay tuned next week. Good question. I've got somebody lined up. I just need to know if they're good or not. So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we always do. And don't forget, 2 weeks from this Friday, you will see us live with the Daily Press. And I'm not going to let Sarah get away, or Nathan, from the live, or a microphone if they give one to me. So,
Nathan, I'm telling you, you better watch out. You better watch out what you ask for, because he might get out of hand on you.
I'm a big boy.
All right. Well, y'all hang on after the show. We'll chat real quick, but we're going to wrap up. And for those of you who listen over on iTunes to the podcast portion of it, make sure you go over and give us a review. That helps the people who support us in return. For those of you who are on Facebook watching, maybe you're not watching live, maybe you're watching the replay of it, give us a like, follow, share. Do the same for their web page or their Facebook page as well. That's hosting the actual expo. And smash that like button. So that's going to do it for us this week. And like Danny said, next week we'll figure out where we're at and what's going on and let you know. So y'all take care. We'll see you then. This episode was brought to you by
Deer Camp Coffee,
Buck Baits,
JPO Game Calls,
The Island Armory,
Hacker Max,
Sunrise Archery,
and C3 Better the Hunt Technology.
Thanks for listening, and join us again here next week. Until then, remember, as we always like to say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe until next week on the Up North Journal.